Hey Star, are you ready?
I'm a lady.
So let's song.
Oh, she did it again.
And welcome to
She
Idol
did it again.
Days, the show about idol anime. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Star.
And we are back in it with the Uda no Prince Sama movies. I say movies with an S, but...
What? There's two?
There are... Okay, so here's the thing. There
I'm
are technically 3 movies.
Oh my god.
But the first one is a concert.
Okay.
The second one is a 40-minute OVA with plot.
Okay.
And the last one is a concert. So we're talking about all 3 because there's only really one with plot.
Sarah, I was told we were watching one thing and you presented me with a sandwich.
a idol boys sandwich.
We should talk about this because this episode is formatted a little bit closer to how we used to do, where I don't know jack shit about UtaPri. I only know what Sarah has told me, and we thought it would be funny to continue that tradition despite the fact that that's not really been the format of the show for a while.
Yes.
So I told Sarah, go watch the film and then come back to me and let me know if I should also watch it. Let me know what you think would be funnier. And she opted to just leave me in the dark. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. I didn't re-listen to our old episode, so I've forgotten like everything about UtaPri.
I love it. Perfect.
And so chaos shall ensue.
Yes. So I will say, so this is also going to be an interesting episode because, okay, cards on the table.
I'm looking at them.
There's not a lot that happens in these movies at all.
Okay.
So I prepared a special surprise after I'm done with the summary.
Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. Sarah, my beloved, when you say surprise, that is the most scared I have ever been.
Yay! So we'll quickly get into the movie plot so we can get into the real meat of the episode, which is Star's special surprise.
No.
So, Uda no Prince Sama, when we left off, you can listen to our old UtaPri episode. Actually, you should listen to our old UtaPri episodes before you get to Star's special surprise at the end, because that's when we are going to... You will have needed to listen to... They're very important to the Idol Days lore, pushes up my glasses.
But not important for Star to remember, apparently.
It'll come back to you, I'm sure.
Oh, sure. All I remember is one of them's a robot. One of them is...
Well, you'll remember as we go.
Cult leader cat boy. And I don't remember who the fuck these other guys are.
But there are a lot of jokes. The Idol Illuminati is involved.
Confirmed.
It is confirmed in UtaPri. You can listen to our old episodes. If you don't know what the Idol Illuminati is, please start with our first UtaPri episode. If you start in the middle of the series, you'll be so confused, I promise you.
Yeah, the UtaPri ones need to be listened to in order.
Yes, we're one of those podcasts where it looks like it's episodic, but it really isn't.
There's continuing lore, unfortunately. We were like, yeah, we'll do one-offs. It'll be great. No.
There's
It's just we are foundationally silly people. Unfortunately, is the problem. And when you're silly, you find yourself committing to the bit.
It's just a big bit here, guys.
We do bits on this show. Anyway, Sarah, tell me about what's going on here. What are these boys up to?
Okay, so there are 3 movies. So the first movie is called Magilug Kingdom. It picks up after the 4th season.
Sarah, quick question.
Yes.
Is it anything like Dokapon Kingdom?
You know, it could be.
Oh.
There is a kingdom involved. I don't know if there's necessarily like bloodbaths and war in the way that Dokapon Kingdom is, but it could be.
For those who are unfamiliar, Dokapon Kingdom is a video game that we played so much of in college. That's basically, hey, what if Mario Party was capitalist and made you want to murder your friends?
Well, Mario Party does make you do the last one.
Yeah, but it's also, it's very much like literally the goal is to get the most money. And you do this by doing takeovers of towns and screwing over the other people playing. And it is a foundationally hostile game. You could argue that Mario Party is for fun. Dokapon Kingdom is when you want blood.
It's for war.
It's also very, very cutesy anime. I love it. Super Eye Patch Wolf just streamed a playthrough of it, so...
I also remember if you use the AI, the AI cheats.
Yeah, it's such bullshit. It is such bullshit. If you want a primer on what the game is like, Super Eye Patch Wolf did a series of streams, and just watching that man descend into madness is like cocaine to me.
Star loves seeing people go down the deep end.
I do, it's true. I love seeing little guys get fucked up,
Hell
especially the
yeah.
little guys that live in my computer screen.
The computer boys.
The computer screen.
So, Magilove Kingdom, the most important thing about Magilove Kingdom is throughout the 4 seasons of the UtaPri series, you are introduced to a lot of boys.
So many. I'm looking at like 30 of them right now.
And they are all in the concert together. All of them.
My God.
Yes. It's similar to, for example, the I-7 movie where all the boys are together.
It's just all them boys.
The boys. So the 3 groups are Starish, who are OG Rainbow Boys. And
Yes.
then there is Quartet Knight, who are their mentors. There are 4 of them. And then there are the Evil Boys, who are Heavens. And all of them are singing together in this concert. The concert is kingdom themed. So there's a big castle in the background for all the concerts. They're all in prince outfits. It's pretty cute. So it starts off with Starish dancing, and then each of the groups has their solos. And then the interesting thing is in the middle, they mix up the groups. So you get members from all 3 groups singing in some songs, or 2 of the groups singing, but like none of the groupings are ones that you've heard before. And they're very exciting and interesting. And I think it was really worth a watch, the whole show. I like listening to concert movies because you don't have to pay that much attention to it and you can just enjoy the music, and when you look up, it's pretty colors. That's my review.
Nice. I'm trying to remember, Sarah, because I'm getting a refresher in my memory about the lore now. Didn't we joke about the Evil Boys, Heavens being in a cult or something?
We'll get to it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
For your special surprise.
Oh, no.
Hope you've been paying attention, Star.
Oh, there's going to be a quiz later.
Maybe.
Sarah, I'm so tired.
So after each of the groups split up, they each have group songs with their original groups again, and at the very end, everyone sings together the song Magilove Kingdom, because there's a song named after the title of the movie, of course, because it's a concert movie. Throughout, there are little MC bits where they interact with the audience. You don't see the audience members, they're just, for example, light sticks. But it's cute. You see each of the guys' personalities. There's not that much that's wild in it. Heavens does sing a song where they keep saying, "The world is mine," over and over. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's Hatsune Miku.
Sekai
They sing in English, though, so maybe they own the English-speaking world. I don't know. So they're fighting Hatsune Miku somewhere.
in a cage.
In a cage.
Underground. Behind the
Yes.
Denny's.
The other interesting thing from Magilove Kingdom is, I think we talked about at the end of the last few seasons of UtaPri that the animation kept degrading.
Oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking khaki pants.
Yes.
I remember this now.
The concert is mostly 3D mocap. I would say it's a little bit better than at the end of this season, but I guess that's to be expected because they had more time to clean it up. And they actually have a lot of 2D segments, mostly during MC, but they do randomly have like 2D animated cut-ins, which I think are nice. Kind of similar to the way Love Live did it for a while, where like the faraways are 3D and then the cut-ins are like a little like 2D like hair wave bob. But you don't usually see that in concert movies, so I thought that was neat. And then that came out in 2019, and then in between there was an OVA released And this is the second movie that we're talking about. I don't know what the title is. I think it's Magi Loves Starish Tours, like The Journey Begins. I could be wrong.
The anime movie word salad, yes.
Yes. This is the one where there's plot. So it picks up directly where the last movie left off, which is they're backstage, and all the boys are like, that was the best concert ever. Yay. Basically. And then time passes.
Mm-hmm.
You see Otoya, he would be the main character of Haruka Didn't Exist character.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like driving around town and he's looking outside, and basically all the boys are mega famous now. So there's like signs for them everywhere and there's ads for them everywhere, and he keeps thinking he's getting recognized and people are talking about them, and he's just reflecting on like, wow, I love being an idol, basically. Like, I'm glad our songs are reaching everyone. But then he ends up in a meeting with their teachers / mentors, because the teachers quit the school to mentor them. And the teachers / mentors are like, you did a great job at your last concert, all of you Starish boys. So we're doing something special for you. We're sending you on vacation.
Oh,
and
wow.
That's the OVA. They go glamping. That's all that happens.
Glamping!
They call it glamping. They get a big yurt, like one of those like geodesic dome type ones.
Yes! The dome!
They have beds. They have like a pretty patio. They're not roughing it. They are idols
God.
and they are glamping.
Amazing. Glamping in our dome.
Yep, glamping in the dome.
Dome concert, more like dome glamping.
There's a bit where in the middle they like go on a tourist thing in the town nearby and they help some lost kids, but it's all really normal. And I'm just like, is this UtaPri? This is like, we're watching Yuru Camp. This is so normal. What is going on?
It's like, where's the cult?
Where's no cult?
Where's the sudden, like, weird shit coming out of nowhere? Where is it?
And the other funny thing is, except for like the very beginning and the very end, you don't see Haruka at all, and they don't mention her at all.
So, she died off screen. Rest in peace.
Well, I think it's because I think we talked at the end of season 4 where she was writing songs for every single boy in every single group. Maybe she's taking her own vacation after those concerts.
She's on like a cruise, and we just cut back to her, and she's just like, "Oh my god, I'm finally away from my boys.
I'm free." So yeah, it's just normal. At the very end, they see a meteor shower, and they go to the observatory to watch the meteor shower, and they're so inspired by all the stars, they start singing like a little a cappella song, which ends up being Magilove Starish Tours, I think is their song, which is, of course, the song that leads into the next movie. And then they end up going back from their camping trip, and they go to Haruka, and they're like, we have this crazy, wild idea. We want to have a concert. like, this is the most unexpected thing. We decided we want to sing. And everyone's like, okay, let's put on a concert for just Starish. And that's the OVA. It's normal.
That's it?
Yeah, they go camping.
That's it. Oh my god.
There's nothing. They go camping, they save some kids from being lost, and they look at the stars. It's so normal. I was like, I feel like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, and then it never does.
But where's the rest of it?
So that's the second movie. Again, I say movie with a question mark. It was only 40 minutes long, but it's also the only part with plot, so we talk about it.
I see.
And then the most recent UtaPri movie is Magilove Starish Tours. This came out in 2022, I think 2023 for the United States. And I think they aired it in theaters here, limited last year. I could be wrong. So this is the Starish only movie concert. This time the theme, so the last theme was about like princes and castle. This one is about traveling, hence the Starish Tours. So they start off with like a group song.
Do they have a song about glamping?
They don't have a song about glamping. It's a real shame, to be honest.
No, I want to sing this idle campfire song. We gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song.
And then each of the boys have solos, but they're all themed around like different countries or like different parts of the world. So there's like Shio that has like a like a very like traditional Chinese song, and then Tokyo sings about being in New York on Broadway. So
New York, New York.
The only thing is, I feel like with all of these, every time there's a solo in UtaPri, I'm like, it's all right. But whenever there's a group song, I'm like, that's great. And I think that UtaPri, very specifically, whoever writes their music, clearly Haruka, obviously, they're really, really good at writing like group songs, but then the solo songs don't stand out as much for me. So I like the beginning and the end of this concert where they do their big group songs. There is a cute part in the middle of the concert that's a little bit of like the fans saying thank you to the boys. I will not describe it, so if you watch it, you can enjoy it when you see it. Cute. There is also a part where they sing their last song, which is called Start Ours, which I thought was like, there's a lot of English puns, actually. So instead of Star Tours, it's Start Ours. So like we're starting our journey type thing.
Sarah, wait. Star Tours?
Star Tours.
Like the ride at Disney World?
Well, yes. Because I don't know, they start running on the stage and then they go into hyperspace. They have like several quick changes. They start orbiting like a giant glowing Earth in the middle of the arena and ascend into space.
Okay.
So maybe.
So this is the other shoe.
This is the other shoe is in this movie, is this part
Sarah,
of the concert.
What if we just spent the entire rest of this episode lying?
We could. We really could.
What if we just lie?
What if we just lie?
What if we did an episode and it was just like, we said it was an anime, but it was like an anime that nobody, we picked like something really random that like definitely none of our audience have watched, and we just spent the entire thing lying. Like we watch the show to make sure that we stay on the same base, but we do just spend the entire episode lying. Just
like that idol anime you found in your attic.
Yep, just like that one time when we did that one thing that happened.
The other cute thing is at the very end, after the actual credits, which presumably if you're in the movie theater, you sit through the entire credits, which are just like cute little background music, is they do have an encore, which I'm like, that's a fun place to put the encore.
Yeah.
And all the boys are wearing t-shirts as this traditional encore custom, but each of their t-shirts has like the names of their solos on it and their image color. I'm like, that's real cute.
Oh, cute.
Yes. So overall, with the UtaPri movies, I think that they were very, very good if you are an UtaPri fan. I don't necessarily know if there's much reason to watch it if you do not enjoy the UtaPri music or know who the UtaPri characters are. Character-wise, there's not really a plot except for like saving some kids and going glamping. And you can watch other anime if you want to watch camping anime. But if you like the UtaPri boys, it was still very cute. And I really, between the two, I like the first movie better. That's Magi Love Kingdom. First of all, the animation's better, actually. The second film, it felt like everything was 3D. There were no 2D bits at all. And then the 3D was not as nice looking. It was a little jittery. Their shoulders don't move very much, so it looks like their arms are dislocated a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they dropped the ball on the animation, the second one, like when you compare it to the first one. And it's the same, it's still A1 for both of them. So
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they hired different mocap studio or whatever, but
Maybe.
It wasn't as good looking, which was a shame. The music in both was good, but I still like the first one best. So that's my Sarah view of the UtaPri movies.
Okay. Hey, Sarah, quick question. We've only been recording for like 20 minutes. What the fuck secret surprise do you have?
Okay, Star, so you remember when I mentioned a quiz?
Oh, sweet Jiminy Christmas.
So, I have been making a quiz. So full disclosure, I think I mentioned this in our, like, every single UtaPri episode. I very specifically for UtaPri and Love Live, I go back and listen to our previous episodes because, as mentioned at the head of this episode, they get buck wild.
Yeah. They're always like our rowdiest episode for whatever reason. It's always Love Live and UtaPri, and I don't know why.
It's because things happen, and it's because they are connected, as we have talked about.
The forbidden lore.
The forbidden lore, just like the forbidden technique. So I will ask Star a series of questions. Some of them happen in UtaPri, like actually happen in the anime. And some of them are just things that we found out through our idol expertise.
Oh no, Sarah, is this gonna be a which one is a Starla and Sarah lie and which one actually happened in the anime quiz? Right after I make a joke about what if we did a whole episode where we just lied?
Well, I don't even think I can distinguish if they are or not. We can decide if we want to tell the audience if they're a truth or a lie. Or you all listening at home, you can pause here. You can go back and listen to our old episodes if you want to study up. Or if you think you remember well enough, I encourage you to sit down and try to answer and try to beat Star to the answer.
Sarah, I wasn't given the opportunity to study.
Yeah, but you're an idol expert.
But I am. That is true. But my God. Okay. Sure. What the fuck ever hit me with this?
Here's
with
your
this bullshit
secret special surprise. So,
oh my God.
my first question for you. There are, I think it was 18 boys.
Oh my God.
I would like you to name 4 of them.
No. Okay. So I know Cecil because that's my sweet boy. And I know you just said it. There's their show who's half pink boy. There is I remember. I don't remember the name of my sweet good greenie from Court at Night, but I remember the blue-haired robot one. His name is right? And then Hannah Montana.
Nope, that's not his name.
No, it is. It must be. We made so many jokes about that. Didn't you okay, full disclosure, I would not have remembered this if you had not said it earlier this episode, but
that's fine.
One of them Tokia?
Yes, you did it.
Yay, I have done it. Oh, and isn't Orange Saxophone McFuck, isn't his name like Ren or something?
His name is Ren.
Yay, bonus points. Do I get extra credit?
You get extra credit.
Yippee!
So those of you at home, and Star, I'm going to send you a series of pictures with their names on them so you can reference their names for the rest of the quiz if you desire.
Yay! I do desire.
But it might not help you.
Oh.
So for those of you playing at home, if you were trying to participate with us, if you were able to come up with at least 4 names ahead of Star, or if you paused and came up with the names yourself, you get a point.
Yay.
Yay. All right.
I feel, Sarah, for a moment, I feel like I am on a Game Changer episode right now.
Yes, I've been here the whole time.
I feel like I'm being held hostage.
All right, so our next question, that was our warm-up question, because clearly this is the easiest option, was naming 4 of the boys.
Oh, sweet Jiminy Christmas, here we fucking go.
All right, so all of these questions have been, or all of these topics have been brought up on our podcast. Some are things that Star and I discovered by being idol experts. Some are things that actually happened in the anime. All right, so first question, UtaPri. The first season of UtaPri released during the same season as another idol anime. Same year,
Idol
same
Master.
Season. Yep, original Idol Master.
I remember this bit because we commented so many times that it was weird.
Yep, so same exact time as Idol Master. Both were made by A1, but I think they were released on different stations. So idols are very popular back then.
Yippee.
All right. So our next question, this does get into things. You have the names of all the boys in front of you. Who are the 3 Chihayas?
Okay. Oh, I know it's the fucking two blue boys from the main group.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, these are their last names that
Yes.
are. It's like some of it's their last name and some of it's their first name. Why the fuck did they label it like this? Hello?
Because it's Starish. That's why they named it that way. Look at it sideways. Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck was the third Chihaya? God damn it.
You at home, try to remember who we said was the third Chihaya.
The third I have 3 Chihayas. Was it... Sarah, can you give me a hint and tell me which group the third Chihaya is in?
The answer is none of them.
Sarah.
Yes.
How dare you?
So who did you and I together, both of us decided who was the third Chihaya?
I don't remember.
The answer is Chihaya.
Oh. Sarah, you can't do this to me. Sarah, we recorded that shit years ago. Sarah, it has been 1,000 years, Sarah.
And I am sure that some of our listeners still remember. So those of you at home who got it before I revealed the answer, you get a point.
But I have 3. I don't have a point, but you know what I do have? I have 3.
You have 3
Chihayas. Oh, sorry. I have free Chihayas. The way the guy says it makes me giggle. I love it.
It's so good. It's so good. I think we decided that the Chihaya in the bathroom was Masato because at some point he's wet. I don't remember why.
What a fucking whack-ass sentence to just say. He's the Chihaya in the shower because he's wet. Okay. Okay.
All right. Next question. We're moving on past the Chihayas.
Oh my god.
All right. Throughout the anime, Haruka speaks out loud to her grandma, recalling her inner thoughts and feelings and the events that occur.
Oh yeah, her dead grandma.
Is her grandma alive? Yes or no?
I think she is because doesn't she go to her grandma's house? Or am I getting this confused because so many anime girls have like grandmas?
No, her grandma's alive. She just spends the entire first season being like, "Oh, grandma, if only you could see what was happening right now. These boys are coming up to me." And her grandma is alive. So
because is it in this anime or a different one where she actually does go to visit her grandma at some point, and then all of the boys come to her grandmother's country town, like home.
It is this one.
Okay.
Yes, it is UtaPri.
Because I'm remembering that now, and it's just like, okay, so all these boys got on a train. All right.
And as a bonus point, what is the Idol Days lore on why she speaks with her grandma like that?
Because she is possessed by the ghost of her grandmother or something. This is some shit you came up with.
Actually, Star, you came up with it.
Shit.
She is her grandma's familiar, and she uses Haruka's soulless eyes to look at hot boys.
That's right. So long ago.
I hope all of you at home are enjoying the quiz.
Help! I'm being changed to a wall against my will. Next thing you know, she's gonna start quizzing me on what a rosate spoonbill is. Get me out.
All right, so next question. This is an easy one. This is a gimme for you, Star. Which Disney Channel series starring Miley Cyrus helps us understand Tokyo's struggle with getting the best of both worlds?
Sarah, we already made this joke once in this episode already. Because he's got the best of both worlds. And a secret fake twin. It's the best of both worlds.
So yes, Hannah Montana is required Idol Days watching or listening or being aware of to experience.
It's lore.
It is lore. It's important. Everyone knows this. All right, next question. During episode 1, episode 1 of Idol Days, not of UtaPri, Sarah and Star kept referring to a jazz classic that Ren definitely plays on the saxophone called Careless Whisper. Star, give us an example.
Yeah. Did you like my perfect rendition?
Yes, it was ideal and perfect.
Thank you. I keep a saxophone by my desk at all times because I'm always waiting for you to bust that out just for me.
I couldn't tell if it was a saxophone or you're syncing. It just was that good, Star.
Yeah, I'm just really good at saxophone. And like I said, I keep the saxophone next to my desk at all times.
So for those of you at home who also have a saxophone at home, you get a point. All right, next question.
It doesn't matter if you answer the question right. It only matters if you have a saxophone at home. We have sax at home.
We have sax at home. All right, so next question. Natsuki, so he's in the original Stardust. He's our S in that image that you're seeing.
Yes.
He's a good golden retriever boy with one catch. What is that catch?
He's got like an alternate personality that's a bad boy asshole. And we joked that his name should be Natsuki. But it's not that.
It's Satsuki,
right?
Yes. So in the first few seasons of UtaPri, I think he gets over it after a lot. He goes through a lot.
Get over it.
But he does have a thing where if he takes off his glasses, his alter ego takes over. So Satsuki knows everything that happens in Natsuki's life, but Natsuki has no idea this is happening to him at all. I think even afterwards, he never finds out.
Womp womp. Ain't that just the fucking way?
All right. So after we talked about this in the show, one of the two hosts, Sarah and Star, immediately went and shared spicy fan art ship of Natsuki and Satsuki together. Which of the hosts was it?
This was definitely me. I did do that. It was important.
It was important.
And I will not apologize for it.
Yeah.
Toxic yaois, but what if it's like, it's because he's a Tumblr sexy man. It's a toxic yaoi, but it's also self-cessed. He's from a long line of self-shipped hot boys, right up there with the Onceler,
Yami
Sans
Yugi.
Undertale, yeah, Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! My God.
There he is.
I watched that show so much as a kid. I went straight from the Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh! Timeline.
You're all about the collectibles.
I am. Well, that was all the rage when we were kids.
It
was
really
like
was.
the late 90s, early 2000s primo time for, hey, what if children's card game, though?
Children's
And
card games on
you and I-
motorcycles.
Oh my God! I actually never watched that season.
I haven't
I
watched.
watched. I enjoyed the. I believe it was like the second series where they were all at the school to learn how to duel. My God! Imagine sending your children to duel school.
Would you rather go to dual school or idol school, Star?
Idol school, obviously. I've already mastered dueling.
What if the idol school was Saotome Academy, where they go in season 1, where the only kids who actually become idols are Starish?
I think that I would go and I would slowly but surely get rid of each of them so that I
Hell
could
yeah.
take the spotlight. I'd perfect blue it up in there.
It's like a Danganronpa situation in the school.
I wouldn't kill them. I'd hit them
Aw.
over the back of the head with a baseball bat and then rewrite their memories and be like, hey, you actually want to go be a potato farmer in Idaho. And they'd be like, okie dokie. And they'd disappear and do that. And then I would be the star of the show.
That sounds right.
And it would also be an isekai.
And you would also have like a lot of baseball theme songs.
Yes.
I think that's fair.
Hey, batter, batter, hey, batter, batter, swing. There'd be like a montage at some point. It'd be called something like Revenge of the Side Character.
Ooh, Revenge of the Side Character. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, so back on the quiz. Next question. There is an episode where the boys have to promote a cell phone, but Cecil has never used a cell phone before. Why is that?
Because he's a cat boy.
For bonus points, is that something we made up, or is that something that was in UtaPri, the anime?
I don't remember a thing about the cell phone. Are you gaslighting me right now, Sarah? Is that a thing that actually happened? I don't remember.
There is a cell phone commercial. They do not explain that he's confused about cell phones because he was a cat. It could be because he's foreign, but we decided it was because he was a cat. So it's in the middle. You
There's
would be
no
right on
cell
both
phones
accounts.
in this country. Only landline telephones for my country citizens.
Speaking of Cecil and his country, where does Cecil get his information about music from? So there's a long-lasting tradition where they worship someone in his hometown.
This is the cult shit that we kept making fun of. Because there's like the goddesses of music or some shit. And there's like an altar on an island or some shit. I don't know if he has to go back to the island every single time he wants to talk to them. Or if he just like looks up at the sky and goes, "Hey, you seeing this shit?"
Ding ding, I'll give it to you. He does call them the muses. So he gets he gets it from the muses.
Oh, that's why we kept having jokes about.
And so the next question is, who are all the Starish Boys reincarnations of?
Oh, son of a bitch. The fucking Love Live girls, because they got raptured and reincarnated as the UtaPri boys. This is all coming back to me now. I'm glad I didn't refresh my memory, because yes, it's funnier.
There's a very specific reason why I told you not to watch the movies. I watched them and I'm like, the episode will be too short. I'm going to make a quiz.
I'm going to make Star suffer, just for funsies. Just for shits and gigglies.
So yes, if you listen to our past episodes of UtaPri, though, we're going to expand the universe. The Love Live movies and AKB 0048 and 22/7 are also required listenings to understand the real meaning of UtaPri. Like, the meaning of UtaPri, the anime doesn't tell you, which is they are reincarnations of all the Muse girls except Nico, who I believe we said got reincarnated to all the Shihos.
Every Shiho.
Everyone. Mm-hmm. Because they were raptured at the end of the Love Live movie.
Yeah, it's true. That is the thing that happens.
Yeah, if you watch it, you know it happens. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear. We have covered the Love Live movie. If you are listening to UtaPri because you only listen to boy anime, that's okay, because you can just listen to our podcast episodes and you'll know everything you need to know, clearly.
Yeah. We're like experts.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, next question. When the UtaPri boys sing really, really good, images like dragons flying in space appear, or tentacles of light, or people get dragged into the idol realm, do these also happen diegetically to the other characters in the anime?
I think they do, because didn't we talk about it? We talked about how weird it was.
Yep. Other characters, side characters remark on, what was that we just saw? Where did we go? What just happened? So it does happen to the characters.
My God.
And this is canon. This is not something Sarah Starr made up.
Which is so rare, because Lord knows we just say a lot of shit on this show.
We do. So if you got that right, you are an UtaPri expert, so you get a point. All right. I'm dropping another image in the chat.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, you ready? So this is a picture of Ranmaru from Quartet Night. Which Square Enix boy DeviantArt OC is he the love child of?
Oh my God. We said that he was like the love child of Sora and Riku Kingdom Hearts, right?
Yes, we did.
Just the way that you immediately busted into giggles as soon as I even got close. I love you so much.
I only ask the important questions in our quiz, you know?
No, it's true. It's true. You do.
Yes. Yeah. So if anyone is writing fan fiction for Sora and Riku and you want to have some images to accompany of what their child would look like, you can just Google Ranmaru Uda no Prince Sama and you can just use those images.
If you want Sora and Riku Kingdom Hearts to have a baby and then have that baby grow up a la the kids in Fire Emblem, where you can also use the children and at the same time as the parents within the same army because of time travel shenanigans, and you want their love child to look like he's a fuckboy, Ranmaru from UtaPri, there he is. There he fucking is.
There's already a design for you. You don't even have to worry about it. That's just who he is.
I'm just sitting here staring at this image in particular and just in awe over how it is quite literally one hair shape inherited from one parent and hair color inherited from the other parent.
It's the anime trope. Yeah. It's exactly
so DeviantArt. Yeah. I feel like I don't read fan fictions, and I feel like I've read this fan fiction, Sarah.
Yes, and he exists, and he's an idol, which I mean, of course he is.
Sekaider.
All right, next question. So you already answered this question, but I'll ask it anyways for our listeners to answer. I is a blue-haired idol boy with a flat effect. He also has trouble when it's raining. Why?
Because it's fucking plagiarism.
Yes, sir.
Of my dear sweet boy, Frankie, Frankathan cast off. Yeah, that's his full name, by the way. There's some secret fucking cast-off webcomic lore that I'm dropping in the middle of our random UtaPri episode on our Idol Anime podcast. And fuck you, his name is Frankathan. That's my joke. Okay, are you familiar with the concept of Nicholas names?
Yes, I am. Explain for the listeners. Yes.
Yes. So a Nicholas name is okay. So a nickname is when you take someone's name and you shorten it. You know, like Nicholas would be Nick or something like that. Right? We're all on the same page. A Nicholas name is when you take someone's name and you elongate it, but you do it wrong. Mm-hmm. And so I have a friend named Ron, and I call him Ronathan. Mm-hmm. And I also have a friend named Dawn, and I call her Donathan.
You like the Athens, don't you, Star?
I do. Yes. So Sarah, you would be Sarathan.
Wow, I love it.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And so Frankie is Frankathan.
So I also want to point out we have talked about secret cast-off lore in our UtaPri episodes before. I think back in UtaPri episode 1, actually, we talked about reincarnated souls and bodies, and I teased Star about it. And I think that was before that happened in your webcomic.
No, it was way before, because that's a recent lore drop. That is like a lore drop that has happened within the past year. Amazing.
So, if you ever want to know more about castoff-comic.com,
you gotta listen to the entire backlog of the Idle Days webbed comic podcast.
You'll never know what you'll find.
Webbed comic is also a Nicholas name, for the record.
Webbed comic.
Comic that has been webbed.
Oh, and also, to answer more directly, I is a robot.
Yeah, he goes beep boop.
He goes beep boop. His name is I as in AI.
Oh my god.
He has blue hair like Hatsune Miku and Vivi. He is a robot.
My god.
And this is actually something that happens in the show. There's a fine line, by the way, everyone, with UtaPri.
You never know what you're gonna get with these UtaPris.
You never know.
These boys, they just do all kinds of things. There's a cult.
Mm-hmm.
There's one character who's a cat. There's a character who's a robot. And all those are really things. And it's just treated like it's normal.
Yeah.
Because welcome to Uta fucking Prince Sama. Uta no Prince Salmon.
So next question. So this is about your special leafy green boy. In the third season of UtaPri, Reiji, your sweet special leafy green boy,
Leafy greens.
He confesses his love to Haruka with a big D Daisuke, and he gives her a special present. What was the special present?
Oh god. I don't remember I remember us joking about the big D Daisuke, but I don't remember what the present. Oh no. This is maybe the first one that genuinely stumped me.
Yes, this is a harder one. I'll give you a hint, Star.
Okay.
It is a piece of clothing.
Okay. Was it his hat? Because he always wears the fuckboy fedora?
Yes. He gave her his fedora. M'lady. So yes, all the boys are in love with Haruka, at least in the anime seasons. She is barely mentioned in the movies, because UtaPri was originally an otome game, so the idea was you played as Haruka, hence her empty soulless eyes, she is you, and you go around and make all the boys fall in love with you and want you to be their idol producer only, and they talk about how much they love you. So there are episodes throughout the UtaPri seasons of the boys saying how much they love Haruka, and in one of them, she gets a fedora out of it.
M'lady.
All right. Quick trigger warning for the next question. This is related to real life cults. So you can skip forward about a minute.
Oh, I know what this is about, because we joked about this so much.
Yes. So, Star, what is the name of the cult that was formed by Marshall Applegate and Bonnie White that convinced their members that if they died, their souls would ascend to heaven aboard a UFO?
There was not a single thing about idols in that sentence. There's not a fucking single thing about idols in that sentence.
It's related.
Not a single goddamn thing, but it's Heaven's Gate, right?
Yeah, and so my next question for you, Star, is what is the title of the song that was first sung by Starish's rival group?
My god, it's Heaven's Gate or something, isn't
Yes, it's Heaven's Gate.
Sarah, earlier when you were, I couldn't remember the name of the evil boys, and point of order, I could not be bothered to remember a single goddamn thing about the evil boys until you said their name, and like a fucking sleeper agent, I activated and was like, it's a cult, boys!
It's a cult.
The cult! The second one! Because there's two in this show!
There are multiple cults in
There's
Uni
two!
Different Sama.
There's two of them!
Just to note, Heaven's the idol group, they're super intense the whole time. Especially the main, like, the leader guy, Eichi, he's always talking about, like, we will ascend into heaven, this world is not worth it, our pure bodies will, like, fly into space. So they're like that.
That's
just how it
is.
There's the Muse cult, so there's the Love Life cult, and then there's the Heavens cult. And they're not necessarily opposed to each other, there's just more than one.
They, like, respectfully nod to each other when they're walking down hallways in opposite directions, and then they turn to the person they're walking with and they're like, God, I fucking hate that guy. And the guy is the other cult.
Or I fucking love that guy because Eichi is always obsessed about Starish and how much he loves them and how much he wants
God.
to
Didn't we also look up yaoi of this?
Oh, don't worry. There's a question about that too. We are getting towards the end of our question list though, so.
Why is it always UtaPri when I go look up yaoi on google.com?
Can't help it. It's just that wild.
It's a problematic yaoi posting.
So we're gonna get away from yaoi for a second.
Why? Sarah, I don't want to.
So this is a quote from Ranmaru. You have watched this clip because I shared it during our podcast.
Oh, is this a fucking bananas thing?
So fill in the blank. Banana is blank.
Perfect.
Ding!
Yeah!
Banana is perfect.
Oh my god. What is this fucking show?
We all love Nana Daiva in this house.
There she is. Our time-traveling little banana girl.
We had also talked about Heavens being a little crazy just a second ago. We had mentioned that AG, so if you look at the list of Heaven's boys, there's Eichi and there's AG, they're brothers.
Oh, fucking God, I remember this shit now. Wasn't one of them just like, isn't one of this fucking brown-haired boy that looks so fucking normal?
Yes.
And we kept joking about him being normal SpongeBob.
Yes. So AG, he is the only normal man in the entire series, so we gave him a good Christian 4Kids name. What was the name?
Oh, God, I don't remember this shit.
Look at him. What is his, if you had to give him a good Christian 4Kids name, Star, what would it be?
Jonathan.
No. His name is, I'll give you a second.
Wasn't it like Michael or something?
Closer.
Matthew? I'm trying to think of Bible
Matthew!
names. Oh my God, there we go. I'm like, it's gotta be a fucking Bible name.
It was Matthew. So we decided that if UtaPri was dubbed by 4Kids, his good Christian 4Kids name would be Matthew.
Matthew UtaPri.
That being said, we also gave a good Christian 4Kids name to his weird brother, Eichi. What is his 4Kids name, Star?
Oh God, I don't remember. Give me the first letter.
E. But remember, he's a weird boy.
He's a weird boy. He's a little crazy boy. He's a little weirdo. Isn't it like Elias or something?
Similar,
No.
as far as length goes.
Elias is a character from the Magnus
It
Archives. It's an entirely different podcast.
Which, you never know. I feel like we can get the horrors of hell into UtaPri somehow. I'm sure there's room in there to scoot that one in if we really wanted to.
Oh, no.
AG's good Christian 4Kids name was Ezekiel.
How is that? I'm sorry, you said it's similar in length to Elias? No, it's
Okay,
not.
yeah, you're right. This is longer.
That's like double the length.
You're right. I'm wrong.
Sarah,
I led you astray.
You lied to me.
I'm sorry, Star. It's just because I'm not good at words.
Wow.
Wow. All right, we're getting towards the end. 3 more questions.
Oh, boy.
So all of you at home, if you haven't answered any right, this is your last chance. School is in session.
Ding dong, bing bong.
All right, so we decided, I think in our episode 3 or 4 of our UtaPri episodes, that the Heavens boys are the Starish boys as nobodies. We determined that Kira is Masato. Masato's nobody, so each on our Starish map. What is Kira's nobody name? So rearrange a letter and add an X, we decided.
Xerox? I don't remember.
No. So here's the thing is he's based off of Masato, right?
Oh, God. I'm trying to do anagrams in my head.
It's okay. You did come up with this.
Yeah, I bet I did.
And I'm going to give you another hint, Star. Don't forget that Masato is Chihaya.
It's like Chihaya, but with an X instead of a CH.
We decided you came up with Yachiksa.
Oh God, that's what it was.
So Star, I think you're getting pretty good. We have 2 more questions. The last 2 were not so hard. This one is kind of a free response, so you can answer multiple responses.
Okay, I'm scared.
So after I talked about how good and spicy the Eiichi and Otoya ship would be, you went and like looked up fanfic on AO3.
I did do that.
Could you give me a tag for some of the fic?
Oh God, was dubious consent one of them?
Yes, yes. I think one was extremely dubious consent.
I'm doing it again, Sarah. I have to go look at this shit again. It was like,
I mean, it's okay. If you have not listened to our UtaPri episode in a while, there is a whole point where Eiichi just kind of becomes obsessed with the Otoya and like brainwashes him into being part of his weird little heavens superior
HEX reader. No, I want the problematic yaoi.
Give me the yaoi.
I need the yaoi. God damn you. There it is. Oh, there's 12.
Yes.
Very first one, non-con.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Warnings, BL, yaoi, lemon.
Hell yeah, lemon. The olden days.
Mpreg! Omegaverse!
You're getting all of them, Star. So, if you want to read some more really, really spicy yaoi, there's your ship for you, anybody who's listening.
Oh, God damn it, it's in fucking Indonesian.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Star.
You're gonna
have to learn Indonesian.
Shit. No, I'm not, because Google Translate is a thing. I'm going to pick a random paragraph, and I'm going to hope for some spicy bullshit, and I'm going to copy paste this into Google Translate. And no one's going to fucking judge me. Aha!
Ooh, you got some spice?
Sarah, I would like to perform a dramatic reading to you,
so
straight from random paragraph inserted into Google Translate.
By the way, everyone, if you're listening to this on speaker, you might want to put headphones in.
Okay, please calm down, sir. The nurse replied calmly before inviting Eiichi to enter the operating room to see Otoya. We managed to get the baby out, but Mr. Itoki is still asleep due to the anesthesia. However, we are sure he will wake up in a few minutes. Worry gripped Eiichi again the moment he saw Otoya, who was still unconscious with sweat pouring down his face. He must be tired. As soon as he arrived beside the bed, Eiichi held one of Otoya's limp hands. His anxiety gradually evaporated when he finally got out physical contact with his mate.
Look, here's my problem with this. Eiichi is not that emotionally intelligent. He would pick up...
I thought you were going to say he's not the top, but all right.
No, he would pick up Otoya's hand and be like, together we have achieved greatness and our offspring will inherit the earth.
Wait, Sarah, there's 2 more paragraphs that I need to read you with this.
Okay.
You fought hard, Eiichi praised, almost whispering. A footstep approached from behind Eiichi. It was probably Shining. However, what surprised Eiichi the most was the cry that followed. Shining did not come alone. He came with a tiny creature in his arms. I am a grandfather now!
A grandfather? I'm just saying, Eiichi is not like... He wouldn't fucking say that.
He would not fucking say that!
I need my man to be creepy and intense. He is not kind and caring.
Well, he is an alpha, apparently.
Well, then he should be a little bit more intense than he is in this specific fanfic.
Sarah, I like that this is the episode where Star reads aloud from an Omegaverse fanfiction on our podcast.
It only happens with UtaPri.
I feel like that just needs to be the tagline of this episode is, don't know what else to tell you, reread a segment from a BL Omegaverse fanfic in this episode. God help us.
That was machine translated.
Listen, that's how I'm going to get people to listen to this episode. I'm going to be like, hey, So, you ever have a normal podcast and then like 5 years later you're reading segments from Megaverse fan fiction that you ran through Google Translate because it was written in Bahasa Indonesia?
Yes. Here you are.
And this is just kind of a normal thing that you do.
You're like, do you ever really like idol anime?
Listen, Sarah, there might be some people who were just really fucking stubborn and have not, in fact, listened to our previous episodes.
Ooh, wrong choice.
And this is the bar of entry for them now.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone.
Imagine if this was our final episode.
Well, it's our last UtaPri episode for now because there's no more UtaPri.
Oh my
So
god,
far.
the evil is defeated.
Well, maybe, but that's why I'm doing the quiz, is to cap off the adventure, which is UtaPri. And with all these ships in mind, I have one last question for you, Star. Last one on the quiz. UtaPri, we mentioned, is based off an Otome game. But in the anime, Haruka does express her love one time. So to whom does Haruka express her love to in the last season of Uda no Prince Sama, or the season 4 of Uda no Prince Sama?
Oh gosh. Isn't it our oh god. Is it Red Boy?
No.
Oh.
This is kind of a trick question.
Her love for music.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
So there is a point where some of the boys confess to her and she's really awkward about it, and she's just kind of like, I really like writing music. I don't want to think about love. And we're like, we respect
Ace
our
queen.
Arrow Ace Queen. So that was our quiz. I did not tally you up, Star. I think you got 100% though. You got you got not just 100%. You got 1,000% love, Star. 1,000% or 2,000% or even a revolution percent score. So good job with the quiz.
Yippee!
For everyone at home, if you listen to some of these questions and you're like, I don't remember that. I kind of asked the questions in order of them popping up in our podcast episodes, so you can go back and listen in a rough chronological order if you want. If, as Star mentioned, this is your first episode of Idol Days,
sorry, not sorry, we're like this!
I just really want you to comment on wherever you're listening, because I need to know if there's anyone who this was their first episode, and you don't have to say anything. Just say, this is my first episode, and it's just going to sit with me. I will remember you until the day I die. So that was the end of my UtaPri quiz. As mentioned, Star got a 10% on it. I am sure all of you did too. But now we are closing the book on UtaPri, and we are going to move out to the starting gate for our next episode. We're going to watch Uma Musume Season 2.
We are watching horses again because we want to watch horses again, and it's our fucking podcast. Hans.
We'll talk about it during the podcast. I got real into horse race tests.
She was telling me all this lore. I'm like, Sarah, save it for the podcast.
It's the month of the Kentucky Derby, which is sponsored by Uma Musume. The game's coming out. Everyone's a horse girl. We're hype about horse girls.
Hashtag topical.
That being said, if you want to watch it along with us, we will be opening a discussion sub-thread in our Discord. So please join our Discord if you want to talk about Uma Musume, the anime or the game, or if you want to talk about the currently airing anime, we ask that you just put in the spoiler tags, but we will have a space for you on our Discord.
Yes, come horse with us. And also, I don't know, don't talk to me about the Omegaverse. I listen, I saw that tag and my vision went white, and I'm like, I have to see what's in here.
You can share with us what your score was on the UtaPri quiz.
Yes.
So Star, where can people find links to our Discord?
They can find links to not only our Discord, but also to our brand new YouTube channel in the description of wherever you happen to be listening to this podcast. And in fact, if you have not joined the Discord, please feel free to do so. We're a pretty low-key community over there. We just hang out and talk about idols. It's pretty quiet. You don't need to be super into it or anything. But it's also a good place to get announcements for episodes and talk with me and Sarah. and a whole bunch of other Idol loving folks. It's a good old time. Also, if you're not already, you should absolutely subscribe to our new YouTube channel, because once we get up to 1,000 followers over there, and by followers I mean subscribers, we'll be able to start monetizing episodes, which means we can make a little bit of money for the podcast to, start paying for like Crunchyroll subscriptions and such.
Or
Yippee!
High Dive in UtaPri's case.
Oh, yeah.
Also, you can find all of these links on our website, which is idledays.card.co or idleilluminati.net.
Yes.
Also, quick message at the end of May, if you're listening to this episode live, Star will be at MomoCon in Atlanta, so you can come say hi.
And Sarah will also be at MomoCon in Atlanta. We'll both be there.
We'll be there.
Wow.
Star, I don't know if you know your Artist Alley table, but she will be in Artist Alley.
It's a 4-digit number. I don't remember.
Wahoo!
I'll have it written in my my username on Blue Sky, which, I don't know, follow me on Blue Sky, the starfish face. It's where I do most of my posting now.
Wahoo!
Yippee!
So, this has been Idle Days. We've been
Lady. See you next live. Bye. Hey, Sarah, I have one final parting gift for you.
Yes, I'm so ready.
Eiichi got up and walked towards the table where he kept some papers and stationery. As soon as he let go of Otoya, he felt a slight chill tickling his skin. Maybe after this he could make some hot chocolate while the Omega was busy with his hobby. Eiichi was opening the shelf to get some sheets of paper when he heard a thud hitting the floor from Otoya. He turned quickly to find Otoya kneeling in front of the sofa with a very tense face. A bead of sweat the size of a corn kernel was flowing from his temple to his cheek. Eiichi! The one who was called had already spurred his feet before he realized it. Eiichi was in too much of a hurry that he almost fell face down in front of Otoya. What's wrong, Otoya? Is something wrong? It seems I'm going to give birth.